Thank you so much. I really appreciate y'all coming out tonight. People are busy. Everybody's scheduled. I mean, if you think you're busier than everybody else, you're not. I mean, no matter what you do, people fill their lives with everything now. But, you know, I was thinking, yeah, babe, give me something to drink just a second. Today is, I had kind of a light day today. I try to walk every morning 4 miles, and I gather my thoughts and get to pray and kind of reflect on what's happening and where we're going forward. And what has just been so great about the last year and a half is to see that there is still a movement in this country that wants to return back to our basics of who we are as a people, of God as the center of our country. Our founders were Christians. We were built on the backs of conservative principles, of less government and lower taxes. It's the people's government. It's the government of you and I. It's Washington, D.C. does not know best. And that is so refreshing to have met so many people all over the district. Our campaign is, we've got a bunch of our staff here tonight, and I cannot say, I usually don't talk good about them because I have to put them down to keep them going, but I cannot say enough good about how they've done. And we've been through the fire together, and it's, but it's going to pay off in November. I told Tommy Hopper, who is the consultant, who's kind of over all of it, the other day, I said, now I'm afraid I'm going to win. Because we're in such a mess, fiscally and socially. But Sherry, for your help, I mean, I told a fella in Lake County day before yesterday, I said, me being from Frog Jump, I'm never too big, it's never too small. Because that's why this country is great. Little communities like Frog Jump and Jackson and Bemis and Trenton and Milan, all the small communities is what makes this great country up. So we're going to hopefully win in November. We're going to start cutting taxes. We're going to start putting small business back in the driver's seat. You know, President Obama, the trouble about President Obama and my opponent is they're believers in the system of more government. The government should have all the power. We should have none of the power. They are the answer all to everything that we face. And if you look around the world, that system doesn't work. And if we keep on the same road we're on now, it won't work here either. We've got to get small business back in the driver's seat. You know, I was with Bob Corker the other night, and he helped me with a fundraiser in Nashville. And he spoke, and I like Bob Corker. I think he does a good job. And he said, you know, we don't have a revenue problem. We got a spending problem in this country. We need transparency, accountability, and we need to cut some of this frivolous spending out and put our money where it's important. And that's what you're going to see. The Republicans in the 90s blew it. They had control, and they blew it. We've got to get back to our conservative principles and get back to the people's government, and hopefully we can get things on the right track. So thank you all again for coming out. A lot of what they're saying in the papers now, I like to address this when I speak now. Our loan that we made our campaign before the primary has been checked out by the FEC, my bank's lawyers, my bank. We've checked it out. Everything is legal. Roy knows it's legal. The disclosure statements about I'm not disclosing my assets, my home is an exemption, my personal vehicles are exempted. Roy knows that. My business liabilities are exempted. Roy also knows that. But Roy doesn't want to talk about the issues. He doesn't want to talk about his voting record in state government. Roy's challenged me to release my tax returns. In 24 years, Roy's not released his tax returns, and he wants to talk about it all of a sudden. The focus here is on the economy, jobs, and putting people back to work, not about financial forms and tax returns, and not about Roy's record of raising taxes, pro-choice, and more government. So we're gonna win this thing. Thank you again, Uncle John. Most of you probably don't know it, but Uncle John Archer is my mom's uncle. He's my great uncle. Long history of a great family that I tell you, I am so blessed to have such a good family and be from a place you would think Frog Jump would hurt you, but actually it helps you. And I wouldn't take anything from it. When we decided to run in July of '09, Tommy and I and Jimmy Wallace sat down, and he said, now, Stephen, we need to talk about where you're from and what we're going to use. And he said, do you want to use Frog Jump, or do you want to use Alamo or Jackson? And Mr. Jimmy said, you know, maybe we ought to use Jackson. And I said, no, I think we need to use Frog Jump. And I think that was a defining moment that day to start this, because it has been something that's gone all over the country. So thank you. You pray for us. First and foremost, pray for wisdom and obedience, and you pray for this country, and we'll do what's right. And God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you.